G'day TBU fans and welcome to the last week of the regular season. Yeah, so this is coming close to an end very shortly. And as you would think, there have been some amazing battles and some excellent plays this week. So without further ado, I think I say that way too much. I probably will stop. Without further ado, let's start the top 5 plays of the week for week 10. Number 5. Killing the Tyrantrum in the match between the Twin Leaf Tyrant and the Slovenian Arcanines. Now while this doesn't exactly seem like an amazing play on paper, as it's a play that any old player would make, however it still is very important to the match, as Tyrantrum was Bice's really only switch-in or even counter to the Electros. So now once the Tyrantrum went, the Electros managed to go on to kill both to greatly damage the Mega Pidgeot and kill the Aegislash, which it's a bit hard to know how much they would have done to Xenon's team, as he kind of just killed them straight away with said Electros. It is clear that the killing the Tyrantrum was a major play, as Electros was a fairly major player in the battle. Number 4. Using Crunch on the Latios during the match between the Golden State Dragon and the Swishkers. Now, most players would use Protect on if a Sharpedo was in against a Latios, regardless of if the Latios was at -4 or not. However, Lorenzo knew that he could take a Dracomedia fairly easily and went straight for the Crunch as Anima switched in to Tangela. Now, this Crunch damage would allow Sharpedo to kill off the Tangela with either an Ice Beam or a Crunch due to the defense law. So, Anima, knowing this, switched into Medicham, allowing Sharpedo to get even more damage off with Ice Beam onto the Mega Medicham, which it then freezes. Now this is pretty major, as Tangela and Medicham would be fairly needed to take on the rest of Lorenzo's team. And now that both of them are fairly weakened, with the Medicham being dead after the interaction between it and the Sharpedo, this definitely means that this play was very important to the outcome of the match, as Anima could have taken the match back into her favour and won without them. So that is why this is number 4. Number 3. The Registeel Sweep in the match between the Highland Houndoums and the Somerset Scizors. Now Sis hasn't had the best season, so he definitely wanted to end it off with a win, and there is no finer way to win than sweeping an entire team with a power-up punching Registeel. So, the Registeel was in against a Cursing Snorlax that only had Body Slam for its move. So, after getting it to +4, the Registeel managed to sweep the rest of Jedi's team, mainly due to the fact that the Zygarde didn't have her Earthquake, but I digress. Now, while this match is a 6-0 compared to the 2 matches above, which neither of them are 6-0s, it is still lower than them as they had more at stake, as they had a high chance to lose if the sweep went wrong. However, that doesn't stop the fact that this is still an impressive sweep and is definitely deserving of number 3. Number 2. The Crobat Sweep in the match between the Kentucky Kecleons and the Welshions. Now, it just pains me to not put this at number 1, however, number 1 is more deserving of the position. So, what happened in this one? Well, Freedomian managed to set up a curse with the Sylveon and baton pass it into the Crobat, which managed to sweep the remainder of Josh's team, only to be stopped by a choice-banded quick-attacking Raikou. Now, this is just amazing planning and amazing execution, as the curse allowed the Crobat to live a Zen Headbutt from the Hawlucha, as well as take it out and take out the Scolipede and do immense damage to the Raikou if it didn't have the quick attack. So, these plays allowed Freedomian to take home the match, get the last victory, and yeah, it was just amazing. As I said earlier, it is just amazing planning and amazing execution. So, on to number 1. Number 1. The Crawdaunt Sweep in the match between the Live Wurmple FC and the Bristol City Fletchlings. So now, both Eric and Richie need to get a massive win on each other if they ever want to have a hope of getting into the playoffs, and that is exactly what Eric managed to do when he managed to pass a SD into his Crawdaunt, set up a Dragon Dance, and then proceed to sweep the rest of Richie's team. So it's pretty obvious why this is number 1, as not only did it give Eric potential to get into the playoffs, it also managed to net him the 5-0, sweep an incredibly scary team, as well as just, well, be a badass with sweeping with Crawdaunt. Not much else to say, and it's pretty obvious why this is number 1, so yeah. So that has been my top 5 plays of the week for week 10. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, and if you enjoyed this series, please tell me how I can improve, as I am fairly sure this is my last one for this season. However, I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, well, then I'm wrong. So, Hopefully next season I will improve with my analysis skills. I just said that, I can't believe it. Anyway, that has been top 5 plays of the week. I'll see you guys next time.